Hey guys, what's up? It's Zamora, and today I bring you a topic that I just love to talk about now because it's about embracing your feelings at times, and for whatever reasons that you do not express yourself. I just hope that at some point you become comfortable enough to where it doesn't matter where you're at or whom you're with, you just talk about it because it's important. And this is how to tell your girl or a girl is sad. And I entitled it, you know, directed at like girls and guys, but since I'm a female, it's going to be from a female perspective. But I'm not saying this is how it applies to everybody. This is just for me personally. But from the conversations that I have shared with other females, we have arrived at this conclusion and we tend to have similar symptoms. So I'm just going to put mine out there. So let's get started. I tend to be really quiet. Like the folks who know me, when I am having a good day, when I'm happy, I just can't shut up. Like I want you to know everything that's happening, the good and the bad, and even the bad stories do not even feel or look bad. And the way I narrate them, you can tell that it's not stopping me. However, when I'm just sad, it's like topics and even foods that normally appeal to me just don't give me the feels, the usual pleasant feels that I'm used to. And that is a major red flag, because anybody who knows me knows that I love to eat and I love to talk. So if I am quiet and I'm not eating or eating too much of the wrong stuff, then you know something is wrong with me. And ideally, you would ask what's wrong and make it right. But anyway, I'm also physically looking down. Like, I don't even have the strength to look up and like just hold eye contact or just watch something actively. Like a lot of people go like, did you notice so and so or this and that? And I'm like, no. And really it's because my mind is not in it. It's not into it. It's not here. So I also have like a really low volume. Like it's like my voice, anything I say comes out like a whisper. And I don't even intend for it to sound that way. It just does because I feel tired, I feel down, I don't have energy. So at any rate, I also am isolated. And it's like I just can't be exposed to groups of people because I'm afraid of being confronted. Someone asking me, what's wrong, Zamora? I never know how to handle that question, especially if it's coming from someone who I'm not used to speaking up to or revealing stuff to. So it's like, how do I escape that awkwardness? But at any rate, you'll also see that I'm desperate to go home. Like the runs to the store that you gotta do, I do that mess fast, and I will always seek self-checkouts or the shortest line. Everybody does that, but sometimes you are standing in line and you may not mind the huge ass order that's in front of you. But for me, I just need to go, and I need to keep conversations at a minimum. I'll still greet you, I'll still, respond to whatever you need to say, but you'll notice that I don't have much desire to, like I usually do. And I also don't listen as actively or retain things very well. Like sometimes I get told a story that's pretty relevant for me, and then a couple of hours later we may get back to that topic and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Wait, what was that? Or who are we talking about again? You just cannot process stuff like you normally do. And I'm doing better about that now. Like, especially at my work setting. I'm like, okay, I need to remember that I'm at work now, and no matter what, I have to pay attention to what people say. But there used to be a time in which my mind just wouldn't be there. And then I also can't eat no matter how good things are. And I know I sort of mentioned this earlier, but this is the point when it's just physically impossible for you to eat because you're so sad, so down, so worried that your body just starts to fail on you. Normally, you have superpowers. Like anything that I shoot into the trash can, I make it. Well, normally it just lands outside of the bin. Or I find myself having to redo a lot of the things that I have done because it's been so sloppy or whatever. So that's another symptom that, screams that there's something obviously wrong with you. And I also don't tend to look nice, particularly on my days off. Like on my days off, I like to take pride in my looks. Like I have the time for it, I have the patience for it, I'm in a better mood because I don't have the stress about going to work. So I'm like, all right, let me wear this thing that's been gathering dust. Let me wear that one black dress that every girl has and, make the exception. But when you're down, all you want to do is curl up, be in bed, and don't anybody bother you unless you have good news or like the solution to the end of the world, which is what you're feeling at that given time. I will also sound tired because I'm just sad. Like when you're down, you don't have energy. All of us have suffered some kind of loss, some kind of moment when you've been sad, and you know what it's like to not even want to take a shower. I do it because I just personally, it's my preference to just practice good hygiene no matter what. But there comes a point in which you can't even think about anything. The sole fact of having a body which has muscles, and that's the way that you conduct your life and you go about your day, relying on this to like carry your soul to wherever it is that you need to go, it becomes difficult. So at any rate, I'm also not as fun to be around because I'm just not thinking about what's happening around me. I'm thinking about the stuff that's putting me down. And some days I do good about not letting that stuff get to me, but other times when it's being too long and nothing gets resolved, no matter what you try or what you do, at some point it demands your attention so that you can come up with a solution for it. So I normally try to go out of my way to like give up on the problem and enjoy my present time. But sometimes it's too much, and it's okay because it means that you're not forgetting about it, you're not being irresponsible, and you're trying to address it. Additionally, I tend to be very needy, especially for affection. It's like all I want is just give me a hug and let me know that everything's going to be okay and just be there for me. And that just magically gives me the energy and the solution to a bunch of stuff that I can't even explain. But something about human bonds just makes wonders for me. I might dwell on that on a separate video, but anyway. I also notice the flaws of my day more. And even the stuff that people do that normally I can tolerate because, everybody's different and they'll have their habits and preferences. But whatever I find annoying, I'll make it obvious that I'm being annoyed. And normally I like to just let people be and just tolerate them because even they tolerate me. I know I'm not perfect. But during my days like this, I'm like, oh, please tell me that my time sharing this space with you is about to conclude because I can't take this any longer. And I'm pretty sure that the other person feels the same way about me. At any rate, also, I'm just not excited about your arrival or your presence if you are a best friend, if you are a boyfriend or whatever, because at some point you just feel down because it's like, okay. And especially if you're a victim of routines, that mess is going to be a fact. Like, you're gonna be like, okay, here they come, here she comes, here he comes. It's gonna be the same thing, nothing exciting to look forward to, and you yourself do not have any creativity as to what kind of plans you can make to make everything better for you. Because sometimes I'm like, I want to go out, I want to do something, I want to get out of this house, but I just can't think of anything. So, and then the other person may be okay with the way their day is going, so they're not going to be much help either. So it's like, it's not their fault, it's not your fault, but sometimes you want to be like, if only they would do some more, or if only something else would just not be taking place so that I can focus on having a good time. If only I felt energized enough to pick up my butt and go wherever I need to go or just want to go. And then something else, this is the most tough one for me to talk about, is that I even struggle at making decisions. Like, a lot of the times I like to have someone with me, but even something as simple as deciding what to eat, like where to go get dinner, or like at what time we should do something, or anything, I just struggle to make a decision. Like recently, I was out and, I was being asked, so what do you want to eat? And I'm like, well, I'm in the mood for a burger. I'm in the mood for a pizza, etc. But then suddenly it's like I'm saying, oh, actually, I meant to say that I wanted to get this or that. I can never settle for one of them. And it's sad because normally that's not who you are as a person, but when your mood changes, everything about you changes. And alright, guys, I will bring this topic to a conclusion. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with the stuff I say? Do you yourself suffer from some of these symptoms? And I hope that the world just becomes a better place for us because we deserve it. And alright, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.